Hey everybody, I wanted to do a different style video today and dive into something that has been influential to me today and yesterday. Just some thoughts that I want to dive deep into that I feel is important to share with you all. So listen, again, we talked about it on the last video. We're kind of in this transition phase, right? With the weather and lots is going on, right? But as we are 4 days away from walking into a new season, I really want to. The reason why we have these discussions is that I really want to dive deep into new topics for new seasons we're walking into. I think it's important that we adapt over time and we put ourselves in a position where we realize that, okay, transition is happening, new seasons are here, new parts of our lives, we're walking into those parts, and they're important, and I like to acknowledge those things, those phases of life and our journey, where we're at. So as we walk into another day here and a different season, it hit me this morning. I was doing some thinking, and I think it's important that we put things in place. We automate things, right? So those things, and I believe that those things that we automate should be things that improve our life over time. It could be a lot of things. It could be financial stuff. It could be just the way we respond to the world, the way we show up for ourselves, and how consistent we are with that. I think all those things are important. Maybe it's our health, maybe it's our habits, right? Maybe it's our diet or our the way we just look at life and be thankful for every day, that we can just show up and be a part of the day and be grateful. There's a lot of different ways we can look at this, but in thought here, if we automate things, we can over time compound these things, compound the good things that are happening in our life, and we can compound opportunities. We can expand opportunities and grow opportunities in our life. Not just the amount of opportunities that come in, but also the opportunities that exist. Maybe we can expand upon those and broaden our horizons a little bit to the possibility that things that weren't possible for us in the past could now be possible in the future. That's really something that has been on my mind lately. So if we continue to automate these things and invest into ourselves in our lifestyle, our lives, we hopefully will see some type of compounding value over time, some type of growth happening in our lives. The people we are, the people we've become, and hopefully the people we become in the future, we hope that will grow. We hope that as time expands, as time goes on, as the world continues to change, hopefully we will change, right? So if we set these things in place, maybe 5, 6, 10 years from now, we will start to see some pretty cool stuff happening in our lives. And we just have to kind of put things on cruise control and automate that. Automate the good decisions. Automate, okay, how can I make at least one good decision a day? Maybe it's that. Maybe it's, okay, how can I change my mindset one step at a time per day? And try the best we can not to hit the reset button and say, darn it, I messed up. I got frustrated. I got off my path. I made a bad decision with something, and now I have to restart. Sure, it's going to take some time to get off our feet and really start making strides. But I just see so much potential in this compounding in our lives, this positive decision making, and the things that we set in place in our lives. I really believe that they can go to the distance if we give them time and we invest in them and invest in ourselves. Whether it's a growing business or whether it's slowly putting ourselves around the people that we find are actually the people we're supposed to be around, and get away from the people that we're not supposed to be around, who are a negative influence in our lives or toxic, who aren't on the same path as we are. I hate to remind you all of the obvious, but this is your journey. And if you're going to make the best of it, you got to do what's best for you, and you got to really think about what kind of people you want to surround yourself around and what kind of decisions you really need to be making that are positive ones in your life, the best you can. So keep strong, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to make this one a short one, but this is huge. I want you all to really test the waters and see how far you can take this. Don't put a limit on your life. Don't listen to what the world's telling you. Don't focus on what's happening in the world right now. Be aware, but don't let that hold you back. So often, I myself am guilty of it. So often, we get into this mind space that if we screw things up, we can't get back up on our feet and get back into a positive position like we were 10, 15 years ago. We tell ourselves, oh, I can't do that again. I'll never get back there. I'll never be on cloud nine, again in my life and be where I was. I once had everything figured out, and now I feel lost, and now I'm off track. You can get back there. And as these compounding events that you've set in place start to happen in your life and take a turn for the better, when that starts reflecting good in your life and the results come out, it gives you hope. And that's ultimately what we need. But that's also why I say surround yourself with good people, because they're going to understand. I would say the one or two people that were the right people versus, 20, 30, 40, 50 of all the wrong type of people were just everything to me that I needed in that moment, because they were the select few that would listen and help. And no surprise, they were the ones who came through for me. And yeah, I get it. Sometimes we have to get off path and we have to change trajectory and circle back and meet up with people, because we have to say, okay, well, I need like 5, 6, 7 years to do this on my own, to figure this out on my own. I need that independence. I'm a very independent person. A lot of you are. You need your independence. I get it. You need your solitude and you need time to figure things out. But ultimately, what I've realized is we really do need that support when we need it. And there's nothing that feels better than having that support there when you need something or somebody to lean back on, even if it's just a conversation. Because you never know what that person has to give. You never know what they will give. Because you have to think, you've chosen these select one or two people because they have a kind heart like you do. And that's a powerful thing. Siri's talking to me on my watch. That's a powerful thing. You know, that's huge. You selected those people. Those one or two people are your, not literally, but they're almost like a secondary insurance plan that you can actually count on. Like, that isn't a scam. You know what I mean? And they're that policy that kind of kicks in for you and says, hey, listen, I got you, brother. I got you, sister. You know, we're going to get through this. So believe in yourself and invest in yourself. Take the time to do the things you need to do. Automate the things you need to automate in your life. And it'll turn around for you. I know for me, there's something about springtime when it comes around. Every year it just hits more and more powerful for me. You know, just something about it. It's just, okay, another year. Let's get this, you know, another long month, another opportunity to invest in my life and see what I can make happen. See what good decisions I can make, you know, what kind of people, you know, and if you're in a position to do it, what kind of people you can help. I know that's something that I've done in the past. Maybe we're not in the position right now to do it. Maybe you're not. But just food for thought. You know, pay it forward any way you can, and your words are worth it. Your words hold value. They're extremely valuable. Your time and your presence. So hold on to that. Okay? I'll see you all in the next video, and it was great talking as always.